Hello YouTubers, my name is LethalGhost, and that is one way to take down an airspeeder that has a tow cable on your AT-AT. That clip was from a different round than the video that I'm showing you now, but I just want to put that in there because I said in the video last week I had some footage of that, and I have some more clips also if you guys would like to see those. Anyway, on to the topic of this video, which is teamwork, or how not to teamwork. Just look at the AT-ATs here and see exactly how many blasters do you see shooting at either AT-AT right now. Not many. And then in this clip here, no one was anywhere near this other uplink. And we've had these uplinks for a couple minutes at this point, and nobody was anywhere near it. So yeah, that's what this video is about. How not to teamwork. Alright, I understand that, the way that most people look at it is, you pay your $60, you should be able to play the game however you want to. And I do agree with that to an extent. The way I look at it is, if you are going to play an objective-based game mode, like Walker Assault, then you should actually play the objective. Don't treat it like team deathmatch. Then you're just burdening your team and you're making it more difficult if you're a team to actually win. But maybe that wouldn't be such a bad thing right now, because if you notice, I'm on the Rebel team, and if you guys have been playing a lot of Walker Assault at all lately, ever since the full release, the Rebels have been winning the majority of the rounds of Walker Assault. And, I can understand why that is, and, DICE didn't really screw up that bad. Yeah, believe it or not, I actually have some sympathy for DICE, because Walker Assault does seem like it would be a fairly difficult game mode to balance, and to actually balance well. Because if you remember, during the beta, the AT-ATs were so strong that it was almost impossible to take them down. Yeah, barring the orbital strike, but most of the time, and during the beta, almost all of your teammates were actually shooting at the AT-AT whenever it was exposed, which of course is something that you don't see now at this point in the game cycle. During the beta, the AT-ATs were too strong, and now they seem pretty weak. I mean, again, it seems to me that the majority of the time, whenever I'm on the Rebel team, we win, and the majority of the time, whenever I'm on the Imperial side, we lose. You guys need to let me know if you've been experiencing this. Do you feel the same way? Have you been noticing that you've been winning more as the Rebels and losing more as the Imperials? Don't forget to let me know. And to take a break from the teamwork talk for a minute, how amazing is the turbo laser? It is awesome, but I'm not sure about this position right here. I don't know if you should have a direct line of sight onto that uplink, because as you saw for the last minute, I was wrecking anyone and anything that got anywhere near the uplink. But, they did do a good job, because if you look at the cliff up above where that farthest AT-AT is, if you are standing and dancing around right there with an ion torpedo, you will be able to get a pretty good shot on the turbo laser. And again, as long as you're dancing around, dance all day, then you do not have your back against the rocks, it's going to be fairly difficult for the turbo laser to actually kill you, because if you're standing with your back against the rocks, it's getting splash damage on you. So don't do that. But somewhat going back to the teamwork talk, I will see people get killed by the turbo laser, spawn back in, and then just try to run away from the turbo laser or stay away from the turbo laser. But somebody's still in there. It's, if you get killed by it, you should try to take that out. I mean, yeah, don't make that your sole mission to take that person out, but at least spawn back in with an ion torpedo and at least take a shot at the turbo laser. That's one thing I've noticed even in games like Battlefield 4, and of course with how casual Battlefront is, you expect to see it more in Battlefront, but again, it does still exist in Battlefield, that people have that let someone else deal with it mentality. If somebody, is in the turbo laser, or if you see an uplink that either isn't armed or is armed and needs to be disarmed, you can do it, alright? You need to do it. Perfect example right here. I just got killed by the guy in the turbo laser. So I spawn in with the ion torpedo, take a shot at him, and then fire a smart rocket at him, and then I use the ion shot on him and kill him. Alright? Take the initiative, do things like that. If you get killed by someone in a turbo laser, especially with how powerful turbo lasers are, don't have that mentality of, oh, somebody else can deal with it. No. Because a lot of the times they're not going to. From my experience with Battlefield 4 and Battlefront, just take the initiative, you do it. Okay? Act like you were the only one on the team that's playing the objective. If everybody acted that way, then I guarantee you, if everyone on the team that acted that way, you would win 100% of the time. Even if the team was all bad for the most part. And then you would have noticed a little while back in the clip there, I picked up the smart rocket. But I had the awareness of what was going on. I knew that the Y-Wings were about to come in and the AT-ATs were about to be vulnerable. Hold on to your smart rocket, hold on to your orbital strike in Walker Assault, especially with how powerful the orbital strikes are. That they're almost going to be able to take out an AT-AT all by themselves. So play the objective, play smart, think about that. Save your orbital strikes, even save your smart rocket, because that does damage too. Wait for the AT-AT to be vulnerable. And of course we ended up losing this round. Not too big of a surprise there. But that right there, ladies and gentlemen, that is what it looks like when you're the only player on your team to play the objective. Till next time, guys, shoot straight, check your six, and stay lethal.